Welcome to the Banke View Podcast. I'm Asad. Today we are talking about commercial real estate in Dubai, offices, warehouses, and retails. So we have two wonderful guests with us, Mr. Harsh and Ali. So let's get started. Mr. Ali, I would like to know about your story. How did you ended up with a commercial real estate, and what motivated you to continue with the commercials?
So I have been doing commercial for a long period at the moment. See, in real estate, Dubai is really well known in real estate business or brokerages. It's going like one of the best performing market in the world. I always wanted to find a niche in real estate, and I've always seen commercial as a niche where you are dealing in a more professional way with more like corporates and companies, because you are only dealing like B2B. You are giving an office for a company, or you are dealing with an investor who's has this mentality of numbers. So basically you don't need to sell them any dream, anything. It's literally numbers, and when the numbers make sense, that's always a go ahead sign.
Tell us quickly about your first deal which you have done.
So actually, I remember my first deal was it was a small office lease. I remember it was in Business Bay. I've rented for some startup company, and it was actually from the first viewing done. They just seen it one
Amazing.
time
Yeah.
and they just fell in love with it, and it actually matched their size and budget requirements. It was in Business Bay, so it was really small deal.
Amazing. So Harsh, will be quickly, please introduce yourself, who you are, and what made you into commercials. Like, where do you think the market is heading towards?
Yes, thank you, Asad. Thanks for having me. So my name is Harsh Behal. I'm a commercial property consultant at Banke International. I mainly reside professionally in areas like Jumeirah Lake Towers and Business Bay.
Okay. All right. So can you tell us like about your first deal, how it went, and
Yeah,
how was the
it's
the
actually it's
experience?
actually quite a funny story. So my first deal was actually a sale deal. It was
Okay.
an aspect tower for 2.4 million. First
Amazing.
time out in Dubai, first time seeing any building, meeting any person. I got this deal by somebody calling me at 11 p.m. at night. Like, Harsh, I want this office. Can you please find it for me? And I spent 3-4 hours calling everybody I knew in Dubai, trying to find this office. And the next day morning, luckily, I found that office. And
Amazing.
it took me a month more, but we closed that deal.
Well, my story is not excited as yours. Actually, I ended up doing it for free, and that's where I learned about the commercial real estate. And one of my like ex boss was looking for an office, and I started going to like commercial towers. I didn't know what the grade A was, what the grade B was. I found him an office in Binary. I mean, I found him an office, and we signed a lease. I got to know a lot of things about commercial real estate, and I saw at that point of time there was very few people. I mean, doing the commercials, and it felt like I smelt an opportunity here. I mean, I exactly knew what I should be doing in the next 3 4 years, and I started with the small business centers, and that deal gave me nothing, but in terms of experience I found my passion towards the commercial real estate, and that is where I was motivated to keep continuing about the commercials. Yeah, so let's move on to the next topic. What do you think about the market? What is the recent? We have been looking a lot of headlines towards the residentials, but not with the commercials. I mean, it is such a silent investment.
It is
Like,
pretty niche,
yeah.
yeah.
So quickly with Ali, tell me more on like where exactly is commercial heading,
Sure.
and
So if we want to understand how commercial market is performing, first thing we need to see how is business movement in UAE and in Dubai. I believe that UAE is one of the most corporate friendly countries in the world. I mean, it's so easy to start a business in Dubai. Trade license is so fast, 24 hours you get your initial approval from a mainland. Um, they're giving you tax relief, no corporate tax, nothing. It's just really supportive. So if businesses are getting taxed all around the world, and bureaucracy all around the world with paperwork and all. It's taking like long time. And here everything is going so smooth for companies. So of course, any businessman in the world who is planning to expand in Middle East, UAE is the best option for them. So if I'm
Exactly.
having such a demand from companies where it's really a friendly, healthy environment for businesses to operate, so definitely the demand will be always high from companies to offices. Same with retails and warehousing. So we need to see how is the demand from businesses. And I've seen, I mean, you can check the numbers. How many mainland companies getting every day? How many DIFC new companies are coming every day? Numbers are big and surprising.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
mean, just to
Ali.
piggyback on what Ali said, DMCC, which gives out licenses, they give out 3,000 licenses a month since January this year. And you know why these areas attract new businesses? Because if you're in import-export trading, if you're in gold or jewelry trading, DMCC, as a place like DMCC, there's no tax on export or import. So that reduces your cost of business like very much.
All
That's why
right.
people look at these places.
Perfect. So let's discuss more onto zones. Like most of the investors are really confused about, where they should be buying the offices, because most of the residential agents might not know like what exactly they should be offering to the investors or the end users because of the license differences, right? So we've got like free zones and the mainland. So can you shed some light on these zones?
Sure. The main thing why there is commercial specialists, because the commercial specialist is the one who's gonna run all this research behalf of you. So every area has, or not like almost every area has a different license, and each license is made for specific business activities. For example, like let's say you are a real estate brokerage, you are an architecture company. I mean, whatever a mainland thing, you cannot be in DIFC. DIFC, for example, it's built more for finance companies,
And it's
fintechs.
governed by the European law of
It's yeah, it has a different role. It's not related to Sharia rules. It's more as like British laws kind of a thing. It has a different courts.
yeah,
Even like imagine if you have a dispute in
exactly.
DIFC,
You cannot
there's a
go to like
DIFC
the
court.
local court and
No,
yeah.
it's DIFC courts, and the kind of businesses there. So let's say I'm here like, okay, I want to open a real estate brokerage. I cannot open in DIFC. It's the license.
Exactly.
It's literally only for financial AI companies. It's built
It's more of a
different,
financial district, and most of the hedge funds and private equities are like in
definitely.
DIFC.
Because Dubai is getting more mature in zoning for commercial, which is that's how any modern country would do it that way. A mainland businesses, I mean, what 80-70% of businesses, it has options to be in mainland. You can be a lawyer in mainland, you can be a developer in mainland, you can be almost everything. But let's say you want to specialize also in finance or something, you'll have to find this district or media companies where they go
Yeah,
to media license. It's just how Dubai is getting more mature in
exactly.
commercial real estate,
Yeah.
and in JLT,
So
Harsh is a specialist there.
let's
He can tell
quickly
us about
discuss
it.
our JLT specialist. You've been doing JLT for quite a time, and you have found like many grade 8 hours. And can you tell us more about grade 8 hours? What exactly it is? Because whenever investors comes to you, he might be looking at price, like he might be looking at the cheaper price. Like for example, somebody will come, like I just got a text from one of my client. He's looking at 1,000 dirham per square feet in a grade 8 hour. And
Mhm.
what would you say to these type of investors?
I mean, first, I think the clients who are coming, the people who want to buy, the main thing is I think everybody should do their own extensive research. Know exactly how much money you're willing to spend for a such item and what you can get willingly out of it. For example, I love when clients ask me questions like, Harsh, how can I get? I have this much money. What can I get? Uh, can I get this? Grade B offices, grade C offices. How much return can I get out of this? Can I get 8% ROI out of this?
So let me tell you more about grade 8 hours. Grade 8 hours are those which are perfectly located, and it has amazing lobby with a good management, and it is like there are a lot of, like we have done like 43 towers analysis in Business Bay. There are more than 45, including the upcoming towers, such as we have seen Lumina coming up. And after Lumina have come up, most of the developers have followed their lead uh, to launch more projects into commercial. We haven't seen these kind of developments last 2 years. In last 2 years, we have seen like more than 10, 12 projects which have come up. And I would like to know, what do you think about the upcoming projects in Business Bay or GLT? We have a exclusive mandate with the Samana Business Hub as well. So would you like to talk more about that?
So since 2022, actually, I'm seeing more demand for offices than what offices we have. I mean, I remember how 2024, 2025, we used to have like 5, 10 tenants or 10 buyers, and then they are bidding on 2 properties, and it's like the same 2 properties. There was a big shortage in offices. Demand was so high, and then they start launching commercial. The way I see that the new supply, whatever is coming, it's all built to suit different clients. I mean, let's take Lumina for example. In Business Bay, they sold, I think, per square foot 6,000 dirham.
Exactly.
That's on the premium side. So that's for a certain amount of companies who would be there. Definitely, it was sold.
It's going to be more of a Fortune 500 standard companies.
I would say so. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, 20 million dirham
Yeah.
for cheapest office. That's,
Exactly.
Yeah. That's how I see it. However, also because Dubai Center is changing at the moment with the new Dubai plan, where we are heading more toward the new airport side. So we are seeing also some commercial launches in a new areas with a mainland license. Uh, so it means that slowly, the center also is moving toward the new airport side, toward
Exactly.
where's the new Dubai,
Like the one in downtown Jebel Ali.
like the downtown
Yeah.
Jebel Ali, for
So
example. They
we've
have,
got 2 new launches over there. One was Imtiaz Road
and they
District
were so
office.
successful,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have got like Samana Business Hub.
and it's moving amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
people are
So at this
understanding.
current market, like 2,000 dirhams per square feet for a Samana Business Hub, that is the best deal you can ever find.
That's a catch. Yeah.
Yeah. So
And I mean, the location for Samana Business Hub, right next to the metro, overlooking the whole Palm Jebel Ali.
yeah,
Backside, you have warehouses for these offices which will move in.
exactly.
And this Javza free zone again, one of the biggest free zones
Yeah,
in the
and
world.
then
you could
Javza
say.
is
And
generating.
I've also heard there was an office which was, the gallery, and they are renting it out for like 270 dirhams per square feet.
Yeah, I've seen some
Yeah.
300 dirham per
Yes,
square foot as well
325.
there. The way it is, and just imagine Javza is generating around 30% of Dubai GDP is coming from there.
Exactly.
That's a free zone area. These guys will have representative offices in mainland areas, and that's literally
Exactly.
next to them.
Exactly.
And it's always a plus where a new airport is coming up.
Yep.
It's like whatever they have done in this side of Dubai, the Business Bay, DIFC, Al Quoz side, just copy pasting it over there. So you have another opportunity. If you didn't invest in Dubai back in 2008, 2010,
And one more interesting fact, there is no grade A towers within the 8 kilometers of vicinity in Jebel Ali downtown.
At
That
the
is
moment,
that
yes,
is the
this is how.
statistic. I've been looking deep into this. Now, look at the scarcity of commercial grade A towers in Dubai, and that is where demand and supply is going towards. And so let's
Really limited option
yeah,
for
very
grade A
very limited
now
options.
Yeah.
in Business Bay. I mean, most of them they have 80+% occupancy, and
I would say
they
even more.
performed amazing.
I mean, have you guys heard about the HQ, House of Tenant?
House
Yeah,
of
the
Tenant,
HQ
yeah.
by Rove in Business
House,
In
Bay.
Business Bay.
HQ by Rove and House of Tenant. They are on hold as of right now.
They hold them.
Yeah.
Wasn't aware of it.
Yeah, so
understand.
many developers comes with a new challenges every time. So we'll be wrapping this quickly. Let's discuss more onto case studies. I would like to shed some light on how investors are making compounding wealth, right, in commercial real estate, right? So most of us think that whenever we are purchasing an off-plan asset, right, so they'll be getting revenue from the day one, but in reality it's not like that. So you'll be getting shell and core offices. I mean, it'll take 3-4 months more time to renovate and design. And after that you'll be and one more thing, most of the investors gets confused whenever whenever the residential investors are jumping into the commercial, they're not aware of VAT.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a very
It's actually a very
interesting
good
point to
point.
bring up because my first deal almost backed out just because I was not aware of the VAT, right? So that's where I learned the commercial has a VAT on it, and yeah, if you are generating a VAT driven goods, you can claim it back. So tell us more about VAT, like how we can, you know,
So there's a 5% standard fee on any purchase
yeah.
of a commercial property
Not
in
only with
Dubai.
the purchase, it's also on the lease.
Also,
In the lease
leasing,
side
I
as
was
well.
getting
Yeah.
to that. And so if you are tax registered in Dubai, if you have a company which is tax registered, if you as an individual is tax registered, you can always reimburse that
Yeah.
back from the government. And that a smarter way to, if you want to purchase a property, buy it from a company you already have in Dubai.
Yeah.
So you can always reclaim that back.
All right, Ali, what do you have to say about the investors who are getting into commercial real estate?
So commercial will run in totally different way than how residential works. Here you need always to think who's gonna use my office. Let's say if I'm buying for a purpose of leasing out and getting returns, and returns are really high in commercial. We're talking between 8 to 10%, and we have seen people who could achieve higher than these numbers, which is it's not there. I mean, let's be realistic. How
Yeah.
much you can generate ROI in a ready property with a tenant. The main thing that the investors should be aware more of who's going to use my office. That's why you always need someone who specializes exactly in commercial real estate, who has a client base of companies. They need to understand how should my office look like. For example, I've seen a lot of offices, they have like a million partition everywhere, small cabin.
More of a business center.
Not for a business center. It's just that previously that how used to, the company culture used to be,
Yeah.
where everyone need their own private
There's cubicles
cabin,
everywhere, yeah.
the cubics and all. Now it's different. Companies are more run by youngsters. You don't have 70 years, 80 years old CEOs anymore.
Exactly.
They are more young people, young generation. They are more looking into a co-working shared area where, all the employees are, next to each other, in direct in touch with each other, with of course some private cabins depending about the business activity. So there's a lot of details in how the layout should be, how the fit out can be, and what kind of company this office will get you. And these details, you have to make a huge research or just get a commercial specialist who would have these researches
Yeah,
ready with them.
that's it, Ali. I really appreciate what you have shared with us. I'm going to end this with one case study. One of my investor whom I sold a unit last quarter, they bought a unit in 2020 where everyone was panicked. They've got the office at 1,000 dirham per square feet. And what they've did, it was really smart actually. So when the market got backed up, in 2022, they went to the bank, got the valuation at 3 times what they have invested for, and then they have got a LTV of 65 to 70%, and and their mortgage was paid by the tenant.
Exactly.
I mean, so the tenant was paying their mortgage. What the investor did, he took that money and injected that capital into his business, growing that business, right? So it is a compounding effect,
Yeah,
right? So
it is.
you're playing with an investment. Only wealthy knows how to use their money,
Yeah.
and the commercial has a lot of opportunities. She made in 2026, she sold it for 4 times what she have bought it. I mean, like 4 times what she have bought it for, plus injecting that capital into
Another
her
property.
growing the investment, right? So growing the business. So imagine what kind of wealth we are generating from commercials, right? So that's it. I really appreciate you
you.
guys joining us today. Thank you so much, Banke View Podcast, for giving
you,
us
guys.
such a wonderful opportunity. And thank you, Harsh, especially. We are dealing with a JLT expert, and we are dealing with a DIFC expert.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching Banke View Podcast. See you next time.